is TechSupportGoneBad, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make your own MySpace layout for Myspace 2.0. So Myspace is pretty much making the switch over to 2.0 slowly, but yet gradually. And if you make a Myspace layout right now, you're stuck with Myspace 2.0. There's no way to switch back. And if you switched over to 2.0, you have no way to switch back to 1.0 now. Myspace even stopped doing that. So you're pretty much stuck with Myspace 2.0. And the best way to make the best of it is to have your own custom Myspace layout. So that's what I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do today. Today we're going to be using Adobe Photoshop CS3 to get the job done. You don't need the CS3 version of Photoshop. You could have any version you want, and you don't even need to be using Adobe Photoshop. You could use any image editor that you want, as long as it's a pretty good image editor. And if you prefer using Photoshop, just go ahead and go to adobe.com, and you can find the trial of Photoshop, the 30-day trial of Photoshop over there. And the link to adobe.com will be in the video description, along with all the other links I mentioned in this video, and also a couple other links that I won't be mentioning in this video. So click more info for the video description / sidebar, and you'll find all the information and the links over there. So let's get started. We need to make a banner and a background. So we're going to be starting with the background. Go ahead and click File, New, and this will bring up a window to make a new canvas or a new image. You want the width to be set as 960 pixels and the height to be set at 1600 pixels, and press OK. Now it should look something like this. What you want to do is go ahead, grab the paint bucket tool, as I did right there accidentally. Grab the paint bucket tool and just fill it in with black, and then double click on the background layer and press OK just to make it a normal type of layer and unlock it. And once you double clicked on the layer, press OK, and you have the layer color as black. Go ahead and click on Image, Canvas Size, switch over from inches to pixels, and change the width to 1600 and press OK. Now it should look something like this. Now what you want to do is go ahead, click on Layer, New Layer, or Shift Control N for the shortcut key, and then press OK to whatever pops up, and then drag that layer underneath this black layer over here, and now that's going to be your new background layer. So the first thing I'm going to do is fill that layer in with a white color just so we could see it. And then I'm going to double click on that layer and head into the layer styles menu. Now from this point on, you guys can do whatever you want to it. It's all up to you, your creativity, your skills. Go ahead and apply all the effects and all the stuff you want to both your background and your banner. I'm just going to be showing you guys a couple tips, something that I'm going to do, a simple something just to start you guys off, but mainly you guys need to use your creativity and your skills to come up with something really cool and amazing and original. So let's head into how I want to do this. I'm going to go to a gradient overlay, click on a gradient overlay, and apply a new gradient. I have this purple color selected over here, so I'm going to go ahead and make a new gradient using that purple color. So one side that color, and then I'm going to create a copy of that, and then just make it a little bit lighter. So let's go ahead, double click, and just make it a little bit lighter. That should do it. And press OK, OK, and I'm going to reverse that and just press OK. Now that I have the gradient overlay set, and I'm on my way to finishing up my background. Keep in mind that you always want to keep your background simple. You don't want to apply too many images, too many effects on your background. You want to keep it simple. A gradient overlay, maybe even a pattern overlay, something like that. Just keep it simple, because all the main effects and images and all that is going to go in your top banner. So we're almost done with this background. One more thing that I want to do is obviously apply a starburst effect. For those of you that have been watching my tutorials, you know that I really like this effect. It's just a simple effect, and it's good for beginners. So go ahead and click File, New. I'm going to make the width 1600, height 1600, and press OK. So again, we're going to be creating a starburst effect. Just go ahead and select your gradient tool, and select the black to white gradient, and press OK, and just click and drag from bottom to top, and it should look something like that. And if you hold shift, it'll make a straight line. And then go to Filter, Distort, and click on Wave. For the type, select Square and press OK. Now you're going to get this effect. Next up, you want to go to filter again, distort again, click on polar coordinates, and the default should be rectangular to polar. You want to leave it at that and press OK. And just like that, you have that starburst effect. Now what I'm going to do is create a new layer because I want to change the color of this. If you want your starburst effect to be white, go ahead and feel free to make it white. If you don't, then do what I'm doing. Go to layer, new layer, press OK, and then fill it in with the color you want. I'm going to open up this image because this is what I'm going to be using for my banner, and I'm going to select the purple color from there, press OK, minimize it, and then choose my paint bucket tool and fill it in. Now, and fill it in with the purple color. Now once you have it filled in on a new layer, go ahead and change the layer style to, I believe it's soft light, and there you go. Now it has changed the color from white to whatever color you want it. Now you want to double click on the background layer, press OK to make that a normal type of layer, hold shift and click on the other layer. So now it's going to select both of them, right click and click merge layer. Now that's going to merge the layer into one layer. Choose your pointer tool, click and drag onto the background, and just center it wherever you want. And I'm going to go ahead and change the layer type to screen, and what that's going to do is just get rid of that black background and just make only the starburst effect stay. And I'm going to center that the way I want it to and where I want it to, and I'm just going to leave it as that, and that is my background image. We're done with pretty much half of it already. The background image is done, so I'm going to go ahead and press File, Save As, and I'm going to save it to my desktop as a JPEG file, and I'm going to save it as background and press Save. And then for the quality, you don't want it to go too high, maybe around 100 gigabytes, but you don't want it to go too high. If it's higher than around 100, bring it down a little because it's going to take longer to load, and you don't want that. Leave it around 100 gigabytes and press OK. And there you go, we have the background image saved and ready to go. Now we need to work on our banner image. So I'm going to minimize this, the background image, minimize this, and go to File, New, and now we need to make our banner. So the width has to be around 950, 960 pixels. I'll leave it at 950, or actually I'll put 960, and the height put around somewhere around 800 maybe, and press OK. So 960 by 800 pixels, and now just go ahead and make your banner the way you want it. What I'm going to do is bring this vector image I made of myself. I'm going to click and drag that onto the banner. Now obviously that's really big, so I'm going to zoom out a little. Press Ctrl T to enter the free transform tool and make it a little bit smaller. And if you hold shift, it's going to it'll keep the size, like the image size. So hold shift, free transform, and bring that down. Make it a little bit smaller. Press enter, and that should do it. That looks pretty good. And I'm gonna go ahead and choose this the rectangular marquee tool, select as much as I need, because as you can see there's a little white left. I'm just gonna select as much as I need, go to image crop, and now I have this left. Now what I'm gonna do to just make a little better effect, I'm gonna double click on the layer and go ahead and enter into the layer style menu, and I'm gonna put a gradient overlay on it. Now the gradient overlay I'm going to do from black to white, but I'm going to change it from linear to radial. And I'm going to reverse it, so the black's on the outside, the white's on the inside, and it should look something like that. And I'm going to change the blend mode to something like multiply. Multiply should do it. I'm going to bring the opacity down to maybe like 90% and press OK. Now there it is. That's how it looks now. And I'm going to go ahead and just put a little text that says TSGB, and we're done with the banner image. Now again, keep in mind this is the way I want it to be done, not the way you should have it done. I'm just setting an example, and you guys should go ahead and do it however you guys want. So I'm using Mom's Typewriter as the font for this, and I'm doing 100 pixels, or 100, the font size 100, and I'm just going to bring that down over here. And that's it. I'm done with the banner. So I'm going to go ahead and press File, Save As, and I'm going to save it to my desktop as a JPEG image and save it as banner, and press save, press OK, and press OK. And that's it. We're done with all the editing and all the image editing that we need. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize Adobe Photoshop and then head into your MySpace. You want to be signed into your MySpace, and once you're signed in, you want to go ahead and go to a image uploading website like OctoPic.com. OctoPic.com is my image uploading website. I made it. I made it just for this tutorial, actually. Well, it was the main reason why I made it, because you don't want to be using something like PhotoBucket or Image Shack. You don't want to use those websites because, first of all, they have a their max size for the backgrounds and all that for the images is set to very low. Mine is set to a gigabyte, so you could pretty much upload any image you want, and also they resize it. If it goes past a certain the certain width and height that they allow, they resize it and make it smaller. And obviously you don't want that because the size needs to stay the way it is now, so it can look the way it needs to look on your MySpace layout. So go ahead and use something that will work good. OctoPic.com works very well. You could go ahead and use any other image uploader you want, but just keep in mind if your image ends up smaller than it should be, that's why, because the image uploader resized it. So go ahead and use OctoPic.com because you don't have to worry about any of that. So once you're at OctoPic.com or your favorite image hoster, go ahead and click browse and upload your background image. Press upload and it should take just a second, and it's uploaded. You want to copy the direct link. So here it is, direct link. Go ahead, right click, press copy, and then head into your MySpace. You want to hover over your profile and click customize profile. Now this is where everything is going to take place, where we're going to do all the customization of our profile and all that. Obviously, because it says customize profile. But yeah, you want your theme to be no theme, because if you select another theme, it's going to get in the way. So click no theme, and it should have a blank theme for you. So click no theme and click publish, and then go ahead and go back over here again. And then you want to click on change layout. The page width has to be 960 pixels. Why? Because that's the width we made it. We made it 960 pixels. So the page width has to be 960 pixels. And then go ahead and go into advanced edit. Now you want to change all your colors and all the text and the font and all that to match the colors you chose on your MySpace layout. So I've already done that. As you can see, the color for the text is purple and all that. So I already did that, and then all you have to do is just paste the URL right here for the background. So the URL we copied off of OctoPic, the direct link, go ahead and just paste that right there. Press publish, and it's going to say your changes have been published, and OK. Press OK. And just like that, our background is already ready. As you can see, the color is purple with the song right there. The background is purple with the effect we applied for the sunburst effect we applied in the background. And that's it for the background. Now we need to apply the banner. So I'm going to go ahead and go to profile, customize profile, and head back into there. And by the way, if it's not the way it looks, if it's not centered right or something like that, go ahead and go back into advanced edit and make sure to have the position set to the top center, and the repeat and the scroll with page, you can set that on your own, but the position has to be top center. So once you have that and the background looks the way you want it to look, go ahead and click on CSS. This is where the coding for the banner takes place. So you want to head over to this website. The link to this website is going to be in the video description, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video. Click on that website, go over here. It's a link from createblog.com. Scroll down, and this is the code you need for your MySpace banner. Go ahead and right click and press copy. Head into your MySpace in the CSS section and paste that right there. Now what you need to do is head back over to OctoPic.com or your favorite image hoster, press browse, and upload your banner. So just click upload. Should take just like a second, and just like that, it's uploaded. Copy the direct link again, press copy, head back into your MySpace, and you'll see something that says background-image URL, and it's going to have two of the brackets right there. So you want to select right in the middle of those parentheses and paste that in there. So it should say background-image URL parenthesis your link parenthesis, and then and that's what you want it to be like. And then you need to set the height to what the height of your image is. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my image so I could figure out the height. The height of my image is 765 pixels. So it says XXX pixels for the height, and what was that again? 765 for my image. It'll probably be different for your image, but just type in the height, and once you're done with that, that's all you need to do. Press publish. Your changes have been published. Press OK, and just like that, there you go. Your banner is uploaded, and boom. Where people go on your MySpace, that's the first thing they're going to see. It's an amazing image, and it just gives them a really cool feeling, and it says, wow, this guy's MySpace looks really cool. Why? Because TechSupportGoneBad helped them make a custom MySpace layout with the background and the banner. So that's it for this tutorial. That's all there is for today. We accomplished the banner and the background, and it looks very nice so far, and you can just go ahead and do all the minor adjustments on your own and all that type of stuff. So that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching this video tutorial. If you liked the tutorial, please check out my YouTube channel at TechSupportGoneBad.com. That'll redirect you to my YouTube channel. Watch my videos, subscribe if you like them, and also please check out my website over at OctoGeek.com. It's a graphic designing blog, so you'll find a lot of inspiration, tutorials, and sometimes even some giveaways on a weekly basis. And also, obviously, check out OctoPic.com because you're going to need to use that in order to make your MySpace layout. So that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching this tutorial, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.